All righty then. How are you all, Outliers? It's good to be in space with you. Niiamah Ashong here, and thank you so much for letting me come and play. We have some new things going on, right? We're continuing to improve. We're continuing to grow in here. We now just have our 10-second countdown before we get started, and I'm loving. It's been a while since I've come on and done something live, and I've been loving just like 1% more each time. Just one thing better to get at, one thing that just falls more into place. And so I'm grateful to be in space with you. I am looking forward to this conversation. It's going to be a short one because for today. What it really is, the core of this here is I'm looking at momentum. And I'm thinking about us as high achievers. Like we have a lot that we want to get done and make come to life. And truthfully, at the time of this recording, my family's been sick. A lot of having to take them out of school, and so forth, and just like unexpected days at home with them, which has been a treat in some ways, and also just like completely threw off the momentum. Especially when I was like, okay, now at the end of the year, I'm going in. We're at 800 and some minutes with this year. No, not at 10,000, but it's still doable. Right now, I kind of like have in my heart. I'm like, okay, we have some. I'm taking some time with the family at the end of the year. So I'm like, I had 10,000 minutes by the end of this year. It's not happening. I get that, but there's something here that I'm looking for, which is still momentum, and it's not to not do any streams. In fact, I've learned that this whole live streaming is exactly like it is the way that I want to be in the world. Not alone, long term, not alone. I want to be in conversation with people, but the idea of having this be the default place that people, the default way that I talk to people, default place that I go to, really excites me. And this right now is this conversation that I'm having with you all is really around momentum and getting back in the momentum. That I think that's the biggest thing. The reason I hit record is because it had been about 5 days since I last made a video, and that I've learned from the past that if this is going to sound silly, but I've learned from the past that after 5 days, if I don't get on it, it becomes six. And after six, it becomes seven. After seven, become 14, so on and so forth. And then it's like trying to get back into the mix of it all. And so rather than letting this thing snowball out of proportion, we're going to come back in and talk and share about my process of getting back into momentum. Because quite frankly, one of the bigger things that I'm learning from 2025 is that I'm not doing anything wrong. That's like, and it's really interesting, but it's like I'm not doing anything wrong. It's more that I've spent more time second guessing myself. I'm not utilizing the time that I have at the highest levels of input. And there's a level of, am I going for what it is that I truly want? And so we're going to I'll just give you all a little sneak peek of this year. You're going to see me not pursue the 10,000 minutes as rigorously in for the rest of this year, just given there's about 2 weeks left in the year. And I physically don't have the time to go and make the hours come together or the minutes come together. We will be playing something with 10,000 minutes though next, next year. So I'm not concerned about that in the long run. But the big thing, and I'll share some of my lessons that I learned from doing the 10,000 minutes. I mean, I'm even just like getting the countdown today. I was like, oh, as a countdown feature, like these are all things that up until this time, like no one's gonna. I don't really think anyone's gonna really notice this thing. Like if you're watching this in the future, it's because like you're documenting it. You're seeing what I'm documenting right now. Like, but there's a time where this will have a whole team behind it, and like we'll have scripts and plans and all that stuff. And but I'm learning. I'm learning, and I have to keep remembering how important it is just to show up and to learn and to experiment. This has been one of the best decisions I've made. Oh, I have double microphones right now. My microphone has a microphone. But it's been one of the best experiences I've done in 2025, and it's really just been because it keeps me in flow. It's we come in here and we get more minutes. We just do more time with it, and we get that much better. And honestly, what it's come out of this is that it's forced me to realize that like, oh, these minutes actually, I can talk. That's not a problem. But there's something that I want to. There's a vision I have in mind, and I have to make sure that I am not just putting in time, but instead we are getting returns from it. That I'm moving steps forward toward the actual goal that we want. Let me make that more specific. I just had a call with Salsa earlier today. Y'all may remember her as my coach. She came in and actually did a live coaching session with me a few weeks ago. And one of the things we had a conversation earlier today, and she asked me about my why. And what showed up in that conversation about my why was that in terms of my macro why, like people have asked me that in the past, and like getting back in touch with like my bigger purpose and such, and I realized like I'm on it, like I'm living it, like there's a like I'm dedicated my life to this. This is my full time work. Like this is what I do. The real thing though is that from the place of the why, yes, it would good to be like in the feels of it, but I kind of needed like a micro why, something that mattered in this moment. And I'll talk more about this, I think, in the future. But it's like the purpose of the big P and the purpose of the little P. And when we started talking about the why, I realized something. I realized that for me, a lot of things I'm actually like I've built this thing in a way, and this thing not being the business, but also life, and the relationships I have in a way that I'm pretty good. There's definitely more that we want, but like overall, I know that I'm really fortunate, and I'm very grateful for the life that I have. And so, for me as an individual, there isn't the same kind of pool that I used to have. For me, as from a so what does that mean? So like I realize that most of the pool that I feel toward changing or doing things actually comes because of other people, not because. And there's bad ones which feel external, like hey, you need to go do this, and what feels really good, which is like oh man, it'd be really wonderful if I could do this on behalf of, or do this with, or do this for, and those things are really driving me. And so it's taking me to what I'll call like my micro why. I'm looking for another word for me. It doesn't really feel alive in me right now. Let's say I was also thinking about calling it a purpose with a little p. Right? I've heard my coach Rich Liffin talks about purpose with a big P and purpose with a little p, and this one feels like little p aligned. And the element of like I know that I'm on mission, but there's still things that are showing up right now that still need some thoughts to. And what came for me was like, oh, essentially, I'm lucky. I'm going to be turning 40 in about 7 months, a little bit over that. And I realized that like there's a loneliness that I'm feeling in business that I don't want to feel. And it's not like I'm actually really lucky. Like I have a lot of like actual peers, people who are playing a big game in their business as well that I get to spend time with. But what I didn't have was the community I set out to set up to create. I think it's why like sometimes I'll talk of the movement and it feels so far away because I'm like, well, I don't even have the community yet. But I'm like, but the community is not the end goal, but it's definitely a step along the way. And so that is becoming like my micro why. Like it's less of a financial goal, although I feel really good about it financially because uh, I understand the mechanics. So let's just say that I'm not going to leave that out. But it's less of a financial goal, and it's more of uh, a a community goal, a people goal. Like I want to be surrounded by amazing, independently interesting people who excite me because they're going off and doing amazing, like really interesting things that most other people wouldn't do. But it's for them, it's just a Tuesday. When it comes to that, they're looking for someone who thinks outside of the box with them, looking for a group of people who think outside of the box with them. And they want to be surrounded by possibility again. People who are going for things, people who are not mired down in the challenges of the day, but instead are excited by the challenges of the future. Right? And they're doing it in a way that keeps them grounded while also spending time looking into who they are as a person so that they can grow. Because part of the whole reason of doing this is to become something bigger than they were before and to like tap into and reach into the potential that they know that they have, the unlimited potential that is there. That excites me. That's my rallying. That's what I'm rallying around 2026 about here. If you're listening to this way in the future, know that this is December 15th of 2025. You can also calculate generally where my birthday is. Um, that like this is happening. This is one of those declaration moments here. I didn't know I was coming here to declare. I thought I was going to give you an update, but like we are having this community. There's no more. We're not messing around. And that on one side of this, it feels really good. On the other side, it does feel a bit I'm apprehensive. I'm a bit nervous, right? Because this what I'm really doing in this declaration is choosing to what I'm thinking right now around, I'm like, do I want to use the word commit or do I want to say play a game? And there's been something better about the game playing. Like this is a game, a 10,000 minute game. Like I lost this game, right? I didn't get to 10,000 minutes, but I'm still playing because it's just the game. The playing the game is the reason for playing, not necessarily winning the game. Although when I play to win. That feels right. That I had to check it out. I was like, yep, that feels right. So I think there's a game that I want to play with people. I think I've been playing a solo game or a one-on-one game for too long. Actually, I've learned what I needed to learn from that. Not to say that there isn't more to learn, but it's more like um, I always thought about like this is a Dragon Ball Z reference, but I'm like, why wouldn't they just spend more time in the hyperbolic time chamber if they were getting so many returns from it? Because eventually you need to go back out in the world and apply what it is that you know. And so that's how I feel right now. And so as the momentum's coming back on, I'm looking into 2026 and saying this is the year of community. This is the year of building what is necessary to bring on other inspired like oh man, I'm actually smiling, y'all. I just get so excited by thinking about like people who are choosing to live in their brilliance and to build alongside them, to challenge their thinking and to grow with it. And I'm saying this out loud because I don't think I actually say this out loud. I think I feel it, I want it, but I talk about business, I talk about mission on the bigger elements, and like what I'm really getting at is like I care about the outlier in you. I care about what makes you like shine. I think I was using what makes you different before, but it's not about uniqueness. Like it's hard to not be unique when you're one of what 9 billion people. It's hard to not be unique when you're once in a lifetime existence. Someone told me that and I was like, oh, that makes sense. No, she said that you're once in an eternity existence. There will never be another you here. Right. And so the uniqueness just comes through. And I think that I've recognized over the years that I've been pushing less toward, hey, how do I help people like own their outlier? And instead be like, now that you're here, like let's use that outlier towards something. How are you using like what's blocking you now? What's something that used to come easy to you that you're now taking on that or sorry, if you're used to things coming easy to you and you're now taking on things and you're finding yourself hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, well, maybe it's like there's a path that you used to do that you feel like you're not able to access right now or something, or you have grown beyond, and like let's go explore that. Let's put it in this way. I'm so excited to actually get to the core of this business, and it's scary. It's scary too because there are things that have worked. There are things that have been working for marketing. There are things that have been working for revenue. There's things that have been working for like clarity of understanding with people around me, but it hasn't been working for me inside. It hasn't worked for me inside. And so this is 2026 is the year where we're just going directly for it. And the real key here is like it's working with me one on one is not going to be easy. Not because of the level of challenge that's there, which there will be and always has been, but it's like I just don't know if I'm going to open the doors to even one person. Like it's not something where like I feel really complete in a big way around it until we get the community going. And I think that's gonna be really fun because like that's not a game that I've played. I've always played, well, you can always come through the back door until we get this other thing ready, and it's never getting ready. So I'm like, oh, I think I have to like really just go all in. So know that that's like they're back here. We're creating momentum this way. I'll share with you one last thing before I take off right now, which is, and this is just like I just want to document this along the way. I see you out there watching this. Like feel free to say hello. Like just a quick hi. Just let me know you're there. That'd be that'd be awesome. But the reality is what I get is this vision that I'm trying to create, this community, this movement, all this stuff. For too long, I have assumed that I wouldn't be understood. And I've relied on trying to find the right person to understand it. And I'm over it because I look at it and people get millions of dollars for an idea that they go and they pitch to people. And they get that funding to go and build that idea out through their business. And what's been coming on for me is I'm like, okay, what is it that they are doing that I am not? And there's a lot of things, right? I have not spent my time like learning the founder game and the founder and getting funded game, right? But it's all in there about talking about vision, right? A good subset of it are talking about vision. And with it, they have some components that they've also gone and verified, and they can share. There's some prototypes that they can have. There's some way that they are making it visual and real. And that's right now where I want to be focusing on. Where it's like this community, all this stuff here, like this is not an idea. It exists. This is a reality, but I haven't shared it. And So I'm going to be. Yeah, it's one of the big things that I'm focusing on for the rest of this year. You'll still see me on the lives. I'll still be sharing things in here. This is my primary way of connecting, sharing, growing, and yeah, all of this. I love it. Absolutely love it. And for I'm getting a lot of people who've been reaching out and saying like, "Hey, your lives are really helping." And what's fun about it is that they're not interested. It's not because of what I am saying. It's the fact that I'm saying things. It's wild to me. It's like I don't have to come on and teach, which is wonderful. It's like, "Hey, dude, you're doing this. You're doing this thing, right? Like, how do I do that?" Like that's the kind of environment I like to be in. Like I'm not here to teach people how to live their life. I'm having a hard enough time living my own, right? But what I do want is to be able to create with you, for us to inspire each other, to be to keep growing and to try new things and to be able to shorten the learning curve so that we don't have to just like so we can continue to be expressed in the world and know that we're covered because we have a whole peer group of people who know who we are, like and really know us, right? Who challenge us and who keep looking into our visions and bring their deep curiosity as well as like their deep commitment to greatness to make sure that we never fall below what we know we're capable of, at least like even regardless of the external circumstances around us. I think that's it, like regardless of what's happening, whether we're getting the results we want right now or not, externally it's like how are we holding ourselves, how are we moving through, what is integrity for us, and how do we keep navigating the world in a way that we've already done to gain success. Even if the tactics themselves change, the underlying strategies won't. Me talking to people works. I'm going to keep doing that. Me being on my own or alone does not work. I'm going to be stopping that. It's like I'm going to stop doing that. So that's how we're going to be playing here. I love, by the way, that I'm laughing. That feels good. I want to bring more of that into 2026. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm appreciative of you. It's so funny. I always come on here thinking it's going to be 30 seconds, a minute, and then another 20 minutes goes by. The key thing that I'm working on right now is moving into that place of a founder versus a solopreneur or entrepreneur, or definitely not coach. And the founder part for me lives in the area of how do I make this vision that I see real beyond just saying it? And so one of the things I'm going to do right now is I know a lot when it comes to what this looks like, the different systems involved in it, so on and so forth. And I've been trying to go and find someone who could like understand me, codify it, reach it out. I've been going to ChatGPT and being like, here goes what I want, and talking in transcripts and sending it over. And what I haven't done is just sat down and typed it out myself, and like each page. And just being like, this is what we're doing for social media. This is what I want to have happen for XYZ. This is what's like, there are decisions that I know need to be made. And I've been waiting on others to help me flesh that out. And it has dawned on me that like I've been waiting on myself. There's no need to wait. There's no need to wait. I already know. And I would rather like execute what it is I know, because I bring people on. I think I actually even put them in a bad position because I'm like, hey, help me with this. And they're like, what do you want to get done? And I'm like, well, let's figure it out together. And then to bring out something, I'm like, why would you do that? That's not what I want. Like, why are you doing that? And it's like, and they're like, well, this is what I know. And I'm like, I assume that what you know is going to be greater than what it is that I know. And I am, and it is correct. But what I'm not doing is giving us the proper floor, putting us in the like setting us in the proper direction so we can all walk together here. And so 2026 is going to be a game changer from that perspective, and we're going to move on. So I'm going to end this conversation. I was just about to walk off in particular, but one of the things that someone has made clear to me is that I'm not sharing with people exactly how they can move forward with me more often. So I want to be really clear about that. If you have something epic that you're either working on right now or working on for next year, and you're looking for someone or a group of people to support you in it, to challenge your thinking, to hold you to like the higher standard, not of what you're doing externally, but like who you're being as you're doing it. If you're looking for someone to challenge your thinking, help you see things from a different perspective, and get to know you so well that you're able to unlock yourself, not because of reframing questions, but actually just like unleashing who you are out in the world and your brilliance so that it's not held back, held down, apologized for, any of that nonsense. if you want to be in a group where people are expressing themselves in a professional and creative way to build businesses, to build impact, and to build themselves, then I would love for us to have a conversation. We do things from working in large groups to working in small groups and working one-on-one as well. And so if any of that like excites you, lights you up in any kind of way, I want to talk to you. All right. The easiest thing you can do is go to school.com/outlier. And that's going to bring you into our free Outliers Edge community. And once you get started in that, I reach out to every single person that's in there. We are building. We have about 450 people inside of that group right now, but we're still growing. And what I like to do is I like to talk to each person that comes in. I won't be able to do it forever, but I can do it now. And in that process, right, if you're willing to go through that, like I'm willing to go through, spend time with you, see where you're actually heading out in the world, and then create the time for us to see what comes, see how I can best support you, whether through any of the means that we have available. I don't want you to have to think, oh, is one thing right for me or not? Just come in, get support, come be in the world, and we'll grow together. All right. When you get in there, I'll send you a message, and I'm really, really looking forward to what comes next. I appreciate you. We got this. All right. Journey on. Oh, until the next time we talk, be you on purpose. See you soon.